What's up YouTube, and welcome to this Doctor Strange movie review, all that business. But Doctor Strange was a character which I personally have never read much of. I've only really come across him in event comics. Most recently, the big event which happened was the whole Secret Wars, Secret Worlds thing, which was just a mindfuck. But this movie was absolutely fantastic, and one, I was hyped for it because it is, well, it's a Marvel film, it's in the MCU, and it's something which I'm just obsessed with, and it's something which I've been watching obviously since the first Iron Man. Obviously as well, Benedict Cumberbatch was in the movie as well, playing obviously the titular role, and he's someone who I've been a fan of since Sherlock. And one of my favourite roles of his was when he was in The Imitation Game playing Alan Turing, and he just was just amazing in that film. So I didn't really see much hype around Doctor Strange really that much at all, and I have to wonder, really, was I going to be the only person in the cinema watching it? It turns out I wasn't. Most of the seats were actually booked, but that's besides the point. Is the film any good? Yes, on a base level the film is actually really, really good. However, in my opinion, Marvel does so many things right, but it does so many things wrong. The villains of the films are usually just shit. I mean, they're usually just white guys, typical white guys, and you're just like, oh, this is so boring. Now, Caecilius, Mads Mikkelsen, he didn't really get a chance to act. I mean, every time he turned up, he responded to a witty retort from Doctor Strange, who in my opinion is the brand new Tony Stark. And I've got to say, Doctor Strange may be cooler than Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, and that is a big, big say. But Caecilius, he never actually said much. He just, like I said, he responded. There was no acting, there was no real motive for the villain at all. He just said that he wanted to have control of death, he wanted to live forever, but we never knew why. We never understood what his motivation for doing what he did was. But that wasn't a problem because we understood the threat. We understood the threat that his actions to bring, and this is a big spoiler warning here, so there's going to be spoilers moving forward, bring Dormammu to Earth and have Dormammu control Earth, which is a very big thing because we didn't expect Dormammu to be in this film at all, but there he was, stuck in a time loop. That is the issue here. The villain of this has never been and never will be good for Marvel films, I don't think, unless obviously Thanos stands up off his chair and actually does something in Infinity War. Moving forward, I hope that they do fix this problem, but like I said, the film didn't really suffer from this as we knew the threat, and it was entertaining. It was just completely entertaining watching these special effects, these kind of Inception style world came in. We saw the mirror world, we saw a bit of the Avengers Tower, which was pretty cool, and we also got to hear about Captain Rhodey. It was mentioned briefly about a Air Force captain who had a broken spine, which when I thought this film would take place kind of parallel to all of the events, but it doesn't. It kind of starts seemingly after the Battle of New York. We have the tower still there, and the tower was rebuilt. But the problem is that there was no kind of touching base. We didn't see like the Avengers on screen on a news thing. They were mentioned briefly, but that's okay. I feel that a lot of the problems sometimes with Marvel films is the fact that they try and fit and shoehorn things in to build towards the larger universe, usually to the negative and detriment of the film itself. This film did not fall into that trap. Now, Christine, the love interest, we never saw her much either. It was very much a personal story of Dr. Stephen Strange learning. And it felt like they just crammed a whole montage into the whole film. We never really saw him properly grow. We never saw him kind of struggle with his powers, which was a bit of a problem for me. We never saw him kind of get from A to B to learning everything. He kind of learned everything on the job, which isn't that bad. We didn't really have him kind of struggle, etc., and that whole kind of thing where, oh, now I've learned everything, I'm amazing at this. He's still not amazing at everything, but he now has this responsibility thrust upon him of looking after the New York Saints and Sanctorum. So that is now his responsibility. He is where he is currently in the comics when he has control of that and is in charge of looking after it, as we saw in the post-credit scene with Thor, which was very funny. So we're probably going to see him in Thor Ragnarok helping Thor look for Odin, and obviously Loki is there as well. Now, Baron Mordo was an interesting character because he was a villain. He was a villain of the piece in all the comics, but now in this, I think that the actor played that very well. He played the character of the stoic, very Dudley Do-Right, we have to follow the rules, very well. And it's weird that we saw Benjamin Bratt in this movie. Just like one scene and then in the post-credit scene, which I thought was very strange. Doctor Strange. But maybe that's not a problem. If they shoehorned him in, he was kind of a... I felt like they could have just got a cheaper actor there, to be honest. But the way that the film was put together, I think, was pretty good. It's not your usual kind of origin story where they follow the same beats every time. It was kind of refreshing seeing him completely learn everything as he goes along, and it kind of makes sense that he learns everything so easily because he's bloody intelligent. He's one of the best surgeons in the world. And I think that the actor, Benedict Cumberbatch, just suited that role perfectly. He kind of fell into it and was just an expert. Maybe the accent felt a bit fake, it felt a bit iffy in parts, but I'll forgive him for that. But overall, I think Doctor Strange is a fantastic movie, and it is one of the best in the MCU, and they seem to be getting better and better. Better than the dark days of the first Thor and Iron Man 2, to say the least. Now, I will be putting up a Easter egg and references video, but I'm going to be doing that tomorrow because I'm going to go to bed to watch South Park, and not that you care about that, but I'm going to be having my Flash video up tomorrow as well. Also got my Supergirl video with the Daxamite theory as well. So that's it for this video. Please do drop a like, please do subscribe, comment below. I want to know what your opinions are on Doctor Strange. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.